Indo-Gargaar Metro Cardiac Center is the boldest and the most sophisticated health facility ever built in Somaliland and the larger Eastern and Horn of Africa. The health facility has created a global health center that ensures the region has world-class facilities that cuts across the entire area to serve generations and contribute significantly to the global sustainable development goals. It is located in Hargeisa, Somaliland, but receives patients from across the Horn of Africa and as far as Rwanda. One of the most popular facilities which has made the hospital highly reputable is its cardiac center.
A simple procedure that, for example, the angiogram itself, because it's a kind of diagnostic, so then you can know which artery or which area that's blocked or have a problem. So even that simple technique is not available in the Horn of Africa, I can tell you. And the people are traveling to other parts of the world, like India or Turkey or whatever. Even the peacemaker, we don't have to think they were traveling all the way. So when these guys came to us with our help of our friend, and then we decided, to establish this center. And when we established the center, we got good relief because our people, they can get the facility here, they can be diagnosed immediately, and immediately it can be get treated.
We set up a cath lab. As you know, the cath lab is the one through which we can do a lot of angiograms, angioplasty, pacemakers. The heart basically has heart muscles which forms the 4 chambers of the heart. There is blood vessels which supply blood to the heart. Then there is valves which separate the heart chambers, and there is electrical system which gives the power to pump the blood. So the disease can affect any of the organs. For example, if the patient develops heart failure, the heart pump muscle becomes weak and the pumping comes down. When the patient develops a heart attack, the blood vessel gets blocked. And similarly, when the current gets blocked, patient can have complete heart block. So the pacemaker is used in a case where the current is blocked, when the pulse is low. So what we do is we put a machine under the skin, which is done in the cath lab, and a small wire is put into the heart left side, so the heart starts beating well. The thing is that it's just not cath lab, so we need a good human resource. So what we did is we brought in the Indian nurses, Indian doctors, Indian paramedics from India, and we selected the right Somaliland paramedics, nurse and doctors, and also we partnered with the senior cardiologist in Somaliland to bring the best care, not only just intervention, wholly for cardiology, from outpatient to admission to CCU care, so that a complete cardiac care is delivered.
A partnership agreement between Indo-Metro Hospital and Gargaar Hospital is expected to further enhance cardiology treatment in the entire Eastern and Horn of Africa. The cardiac center has successfully completed over 100 heart surgeries since its inception last year. Additionally, the hospital houses fully equipped specialized centers for digestive health, chest and sleep, rheumatology and pain management, radiology, physiotherapy, among others.
Alhamdulillah, the center started in November 23rd, to be precise. Now it is not just reaching 3 months of time. Alhamdulillah, in this time, Allah has been very kind to us, and also there is a big support we got from the public as well as the people of Somaliland, the political establishment of Somaliland, including the president. So after coming here, Alhamdulillah, we have done up to 130 procedures, which includes coronary angiogram to see whether there is any block a coronary angioplasty, that is removing the block, to peripheral angiogram, seeing the block in the leg, to pacemakers where in the patients the current was blocked, and to closing the holes inside the heart. I told you there are 4 chambers between the heart of young kids. Alhamdulillah, we could do 10 procedures together, which is the first which is happening in the whole of the East African region.
The head of the cardiac center at the facility says the good quality care and the reasonable charging of the hospital has had a huge social impact to patients in the region. Somaliland, Somalia and the Horn of African people should take advantage of the existing asset in the medical sector like Indo-Gargaar Metro Cardiac Center to ease the suffering of the Somali patients and attract other nationals seeking specialized treatment services abroad. Hargeisa is strategically placed given its accessibility from various parts of the continent as well as the world. Some countries score on pricing, some score on quality, but only those with a good balance of both will have a long-term sustained impact. And these are the reasons this center is proud to be providing the most needed healthcare to the people in Africa, according to Dr. Mohammed Hassan, one of the leading cardiologists in Somalia and Somaliland. Dr. Mohammed further argues that the patients are lucky to have this facility around. In a country where getting visa for many African countries is easy, transport to and from Hargeisa to anywhere in East Africa is undemanding, and the straightforward nature of the Somali people.
There was no heart or cardiac center or heart, any place that's can be seen and can be solved about this heart problems. So when I have seen, we used to have to send the patient abroad, like in Malaysia, like India, like Turkey, like Europe, and also some of them they were going to Arab, those who can afford. But there are a lot of people who can't afford at all, and some of them they used to have to die. Some of them they used to have complications, means heart failure and very poor life and very bad and condition. They used to live there. So luckily we get from the Indians who are very, very highly qualified people. They can do transplant of the heart, they can change the heart. And so luckily we got these people in contact, and after so many consultations and long time discussion, we came, and we are very, very thankful for them that they came here. And at the same time, they are very, very senior consultants, and they are helping us. And actually, for the Somali people, especially Somaliland, the Somali people as a whole, and also in East Africa as a whole, we have done so many things here in Gargaar Hospital. Before they came, we never do something else, and we didn't have the chance to open them or to at least big things. We used to have, of course, we used to have a lot of things, 50% or 60% we used to do something, and according to our facility at that time. But this became now a very high standard in high quality, immensely improved, and we have the opportunity to get the things that we used to send the people to do, like this angioplasty, to open his heart. Now, one of the best things to do is that today he's in his home, and today after half an hour he will go back to his home. While he will get before, very difficult to have a visa. Two people were used to go together, and very, very, very high and financially very burden. You mean very high cost, because at least he can't go alone, the patient. It should be at least one person to go him, and it was at least 3 times or 4 times the cost of today's cost in here in Somaliland. And at the same time, he's going back to his home with his family, with his things. So it's very, very lucky to have an open a center, and cardiac center which is in here.
Actually, that's true, because we are Somali-born people. So we know, and we are their health professionals. So we have to think about how we can improve the quality care. Even if we cannot do it, we have to find someone who can do the activities that we need. So because the problem is that, Somalia, actually in general, the people and the other country did not accept our passports. And we have the problem of visa to get any part of the world. So we try to solve that problem. So our people, they were dying in front of us. For example, having the simple activities, simple interventions like the one we are now talking about and the one we are now staying. That's the health and that's the cardiac center that we newly established. Almost 3 months was being established. That's the simple techniques that your people were dying every day. So that you have to think about, and that's why actually we came and we feel that pain. So we try to solve the problem. And we got these people, actually, Dr. Shalom and Dr. Mustafa, who can actually accept us, to establish this center.
It is estimated that Africans spend about $3.8 billion annually seeking healthcare services overseas, predominantly in countries like India, Thailand, and Dubai. Kenya, for example, alone spends about $10 million annually on outbound medical travel. To ease this trend, a collaboration between the Health Ministry and the Tourism Ministry and Gargaar Hospital is expected to aggressively market the country as a medical destination. It's a double-edged advantage for Somaliland and the region, as it can save the funds for being siphoned off by curtailing outbound medical travel and also capture the market share by increasing inbound medical tourism from neighboring countries in Africa. People need to be made aware that this facility offers almost 80 to 90% of the medical and surgical procedure being carried out elsewhere globally, and in the coming years there wouldn't be a need for people to travel out of Ethiopia, South Sudan, Djibouti, Eritrea, Somalia, and even Rwanda and Burundi, as well as Tanzania, seeking treatment outside the continent.
When we came to Hargeisa, the Gargaar hospital management and the partners who were here were very welcoming. And when we did a camp, the patients were also very appreciative of what we were doing. So we thought this is the place which we should do. So it is a socially impact creation thing which patients benefit. Apart from that, there is a huge requirement for pacemakers and also pediatric. So inshallah, in due course, because we have the expertise back home in India, we have the center back home in India, with this Indo-Gargaar and with our partners, the Somaliland cardiologist and the Gargaar hospital and all so we hope to bring the same quality care, which is at par with American care now, to the Somali region.
The patients are very lucky to have that kind of facility and that kind of staff and cardiologists who can open and make their life easy and their life in a good way.
This patient, for example, traveled from Bosaso in Puntland state of Somalia to Hargeisa for a specialized health treatment. He confirmed to me that he never thought such a facility existed in the region.
I came here because I had health problems. Before coming here, I lived in Bosaso, and just like that, I went ill. I was taken to a doctor in Bosaso, but my situation got serious. A Syrian doctor at the facility advised me to go to a hospital called Indo-Gargaar in Hargeisa. I almost immediately started my journey to Hargeisa, where I was later brought with an ambulance. When I came here, I was almost immediately diagnosed and underwent surgeries. After 4 days, I was allowed to go home. I stayed near the hospital to ease the checkups I require.
It is through these testimonies that the hospital now wants to increase its facilities around the region. They intend to have more centers around Somalia and the entire Horn of Africa to reduce the flow of people leaving the region for treatment to Asia and beyond. It is both expensive and tiresome. What makes it harder is the language barrier and getting visas and other travel documents. Some patients might not have all that time.
In the long time and in the coming future, we are trying to expand, if we can, to Mogadishu, to Puntland, to so many. We need so many centers, not only this one. We need the patient to have a golden hour. Golden hour means 45 to 1 hour. To have to open his heart when he blocked it, when his artery or his vessel became blocked, he has the chance. It's very easy to get rid of the thrombus or to open the heart easily. If he became late, 3 hours, 5 hours, 5 days, 1 month, 2 months, it's very, very difficult to get the thrombus. It's very difficult. So we need places, different places, so many places to open, and good for the Somali people to have at least in this hour. Now you know there are so many patients who came from Mogadishu. They are coming from Mogadishu hours and hours and days. So if they have, just by chance, or if they have a cardiac center who's just near their city, then it will be easy for them and it will be easy to open the vessel. So that's why we are trying in the future to expand, to make it large, and to every corner in Somaliland, if we can afford and if we can have the staff who can do it.
Now we are dealing only for the intervention, but we need also to open and to do what they call open heart surgery. So, and I think we will achieve with the coming 2-3 months, to have a cardiac center, cardiac opening center in the Horn of Africa. That's our goal. With the coming 3 months, we are planning to have that open, because since we are started to have a cardiac center, so we have to have achieved all the activities that can be done in the other parts of the world.
Somaliland's President Musa Bihi Abdi recently visited the facility and asked people in the entire Somali-speaking region and the entire Horn of Africa to seek treatment at the hospital.
marka bukaanku qola male bukaanku dal iyo waa reebel iyo waa reebel ka male.
A patient is not defined by his tribe or his nationality. All patients are equal, and Hargeisa is home to all Somali-speaking population wherever they are from. He has equal right as that of the resident of the town.
Kii emergency ba kii wax loo waayo dawladda ayaa ka masuula. Qofkii emergency ku jiraba.
The cost of their heart surgeries have been paid for by the government of Somaliland. Any person of whatever religion or race will be treated equally in Somaliland. The Somali-speaking population have more opportunity. I am very happy to see our own doctors doing what they are doing. I would like to advise our youngsters to look upon you for a better and successful society.
Among the people who received treatment during the president's visit is Kausar, who was born in 2018. Her mother from Mogadishu took her to a number of hospitals in Somalia's capital. She was advised to seek medical treatment for her child outside the country. She says, "I had doubts on the surgery." The mother of the 2-year-old kid is now grateful to all those who helped her and provided free service at the facility.
Kauthar was born in October 2018. I was told that your child cannot be treated in the country. I was asked to wait for 6 months. My daughter had the same complications. I tried to reach out to doctors outside the country. I was later advised to visit Adnan Hospital in Hargeisa and later ended up at Indo-Gargaar Hospital. I then heard of a program at this hospital that was sponsored by the Somaliland government seeking the treatment of young kids with heart complications. I left for Mogadishu and came back when the heart operation was due. Actually, I was not asked for a single coin. I didn't pay a shilling for the treatment of my child. The president of Somaliland and the government of Somaliland paid for the treatment of those 10 kids in partnership with the hospital.
The facility is accountable to its client for quality and patient care, principals for financial stewardship, staff for equitable rewards, and a safe working environment, as well as to the community they serve to act as responsible citizens.
When I went ill, I told my family that I know Somali quite very well, and there is no place that can deal with heart-related complications except for hospitals in India. I urged them to take me to my home so I could prepare myself for a peaceful death. My family deferred my wishes and brought me to this hospital. I never thought I would survive because of the extreme pain and complications I had.
The facility employees give of their best every day, committed to Gargaar Hospital's goals and values and motivated to the hospital's success with an enhanced sense of their own well-being. The hospital utilizes its resources for the best outcome to the client and the organization. They work together, embrace diversity, and deploy competent personnel. Visit Indo-Gargaar Metro Hospital today for all your health service needs.